Lovely Virgos, welcome to June. I can't believe we are in June already. Welcome to your monthly readings. I am drawing a significator card for you. We're going to draw a talisman and a couple of angel cards to see which archangels are walking with you, and then we'll draw your tarot cards. Let us find out what is happening in June for my lovely Virgos. There is one. Okay. There's the other. Lovely. Okay. Let us look at these first, and then we'll draw your tarot cards. Moon, bathe in hope. How interesting. This actually came out from my lovely Leos. Moon, bathe in hope and change. Okay. Now, we are living in transformational times. Take back your power, Virgo. Oh, gosh. Archangel Raziel is working with you. And peace. Archangel Chamuel. Okay. I think the change here actually is to be initiated by yourselves, lovely Virgo. This is about you stepping up, not down. We see a chameleon here in change. Chameleons are very, very good at blending in. That's what they do. You know, they climb onto a red leaf and they change colour. They become red. Or they climb onto a purple flower and they change colour and become purple. You are being called to be true to your own colour in something here. There is the real significant change for you in June is about you being you. Let's draw your tarot cards and see what we're shown. I'm seeing this and this and this. Definitely that one. That one there. That one. This one. This one, and actually those two as well. Right, lovely Virgos, what is happening in June? You have the moon. How interesting. Moon, bathe in hope, and you have the moon. You have strength. You have the Emperor. Oh my goodness me, and the Queen of Wands. This is so about you. Absolutely taking back your power, standing up for yourself or for being true. This is about being true to yourself, your inner soul, being true to your soul. What matters to you, my lovely Virgos? This is about walking your talk, being true to yourself. I mean, look at the Emperor and the King of Swords here as well. Being resolute about something, being determined, following something through with the card of strength. We also have the Nine of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the World, and the Three of Cups. Let's move those along, get everything into view for you. I think we can do that just about. Pretty much, yes. Excellent. Okay, make sure that's focused. Now, this does not have to be an ordeal or a stress. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill, I'm kind of hearing. Now, my lovely Virgos, you do have a tendency for perfection. Now, in some circumstances, this is phenomenal because actually, if you're working on a document and you're editing it, you absolutely need to make sure it's perfect. You know, before a book goes to print, you know, it needs to be really understood and looked at. Cross the T's, dot the I's, make sure everything is running smoothly. You know, if you're working on some piece of machinery, it needs to run, and it needs to run smoothly to be safe. Well, that perfectionism is perfect in those scenarios. But it isn't perfect if it's in your head and you are giving yourself a very hard time over things, or trying to anticipate everything ahead of time to try and cover every base. There's a very big difference between planning and actually very big difference between sort of planning for something in a foresight, let's have foresight way, versus overthinking to the point where you almost cripple yourself. Okay. Now, we have here the Five of Wands, which is a card of both competition or collaboration. And this sits beneath the card of Strength. The Moon, Nine of Swords beneath the Moon. Ace of Pentacles beneath the Emperor. The World beneath the Queen of Wands. And the Three of Cups, which is a joyous joyous celebration under the King of Swords. Now, we don't have the Devil here, which would indicate addictions, but addictions are coming through here. But it could be addiction to perfection or an addiction to getting it right. There's something here about being very resolute, being true to it's like being true to your soul, being true to your core values, and seeing something through here. With the Emperor, it's like this is you making a decision, you choosing to walk a particular pathway, you choosing to do it the right way, holding integrity, holding truth, not being drawn into something. Not being drawn into a competitive or envious situation, or recognising if people are being competitive and envious, and choosing to find ways to collaborate, rather than compete. Working together, working harmoniously at something. There's something that you can achieve this month, my lovely Virgos. But to achieve the successful outcome, you've kind of got to step up and take charge of it, like be the lead. You've got to lead it, or lead by example. That's a good way of saying that. You've got to lead by example. I think you're going to get to a point where this becomes a really, really significant celebration. It's like following something through, having the strength and the perseverance and the courage to step up, to say your piece, to follow something through. And I think you come out of this literally with sort of medals, like a war hero, being the hero of the day, achieving you might even be changing somebody else's, or a group, I say someone, probably not a person. You could even be changing some people's perspectives on something. Helping people to see something differently, to be more transparent. The chameleon in many ways tries not to be transparent. I mean, it's part of its protection to blend in. But I think, this is, I think you are able to turn, to change, to transform something, to transform a situation or a circumstance where there could be conflict, basically, or conflictual perspectives. And isn't it lovely that you're the person that can do this? You lead by example, you demonstrate by example, you speak openly, transparently. I'm going to read to you Moonbathe in Hope. Here we are. Where are we? Okay. Moonbathe in Hope. I love this. I love this book. Now is the time for moonbathing in hope. Mother Moon is friend to all dreamers. She incubates your dreams and grows wings for all your wishes. She encourages all to remember not all who wander are lost. Roam, wander, receive. She doesn't shine exclusively for the special, the brightly talented, or the accomplished. In fact, she shines brightest in the dark. Embrace those hopeful rays, take a walk in her radiance, bask in her glow, have a conversation with her about all the untold stories in your soul and the wishes waiting to grow. and the wishes waiting to grow wings. Ask her to guide you through the dark night, bringing luminosity to all that's currently unknown, unseen, or unformed. Now, my lovely Virgos, I do think this is about bringing transparency to a situation. Again, a situation where there is possibly conflict. This is you taking the lead. You bring transparency, authenticity, you lead by example, and in doing so, you create change. By being resolute, holding a really, really clear perspective. You may even be someone who is campaigning for the truth in something, or trying to have the truth. You know, there's that saying, isn't it? The truth will out. Perhaps being able to really hold the truth of the matter. But what I see here is that you bring about something can then be laid to rest, or basically reach a healthy conclusion. But you are the leader in this. You are the person that can uphold integrity. But as I said, please make sure you are not picking yourself to pieces. Remember, there is a perfection in imperfection. This is very much a Zen philosophy where perfection is, when things are imperfect, they are treasured for exactly that. The imperfections are valued. So it's perfectly okay to value imperfection, but also to uphold kind of, what that we learn from our mistakes, that growth is possible, that we don't have to be in conflict. We can actually, we can navigate, and we can work together, we can collaborate. So there's something very powerful here for you to be able to engage in that matters. Now with the moon, we have the dogs here. There could be an issue of loyalty here. It could be that you are finding yourself in a position where there are divided loyalties. Those divided loyalties might be within you. Or indeed where you feel torn in more than one direction, in which case really just get still, my beautiful Virgos, and again, take the lead in terms of taking back your own power. Take the lead and do what's right. Because in your heart, you know what's right. You know what's right for you. There is a higher vibration, a higher value here. To be seen, to be known. And this is one of those moments with the Carnelian, the chameleon. I think that's fascinating. Carnelian is a beautiful rock. And I'm just actually going to get a piece of carnelian, because I think the fact that I just said carnelian rather than chameleon is really important, because this beautiful stone has very specific qualities. Okay, so this is a piece of raw carnelian. Absolutely beautiful. When it's polished, you get all the different sort of reds and golds and creams. But carnelian is a very specific energy. And let me show that to you. It's so beautiful. Carnelian, it kind of does what it says on the tin. That's how I always use, if I'm going to describe carnelian. It's like carnelian does what it says on the tin. I'm just seeing a face in that, actually. Can you see that? Looks like an owl. I'm seeing quite a wise owl here. Okay, very interesting. So carnelian does what it says on the tin. It gets you to the finish line. It gives you perseverance. It gives you endurance. I think there's a divided loyalty around you, or a conflict. This requires you to step up, to engage with wisdom of the owl, to stand up for the truth. Owls can see in the dark. To stand up for what's true, to stand up for what's right, and to bring about a blessing. Archangel Raziel says, use your God-given power and intention. King of Swords, clear intent. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Now, if any situation is around you where there is something that you desire, but you feel held back by other people's perspectives and opinions. This is about you taking the lead. I do think for some of you, you could literally be stepping up and stepping in to an environment where there is a conflict, a difference of opinion, but you hold the higher ground. Change is really appropriate, and like the chameleon, or rather, the chameleon is incredibly adaptable. And like the chameleon, it's having those qualities, but at the same time not shrinking and blending into the background. This is definitely not a month to blend in. This is a month to step up and be seen, to be quite visible, and to stand. The Emperor is standing here in stone. To stand in, you really need to be rock solid here about something that's going on for you, Leo. Be rock solid in your belief and uphold the truth and the higher ground of this. Now, I will be doing extended readings, and I think what I'll do in the extended readings is I will ask a lot of questions about this situation and for specific guidance, and also about the outcome. But right now, let's draw more cards and see what else we are shown for my lovely Virgos. Any further advice and guidance about this? The extendeds, by the way, are on Patreon, and they are in the YouTube members area. If you become a member of either of those platforms, you don't just get the Leo extendeds, you get the extendeds for every sign, and all the extended readings are there and available for you, so you can you can access your moons. If you're a Sun Leo, you can access obviously the extendeds, but if you know your moon sign, your rising sign, or you want to check in on perhaps some readings for friends, family, partners, potential partners, you can do so. So we have Page of Wands, we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Hierophant, we have the Eight of Cups, and we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so we've got a really interesting progression going on here. I think right now, that you can see the potential in something. Now, it could be the potential that's possible in terms of a negotiation or a navigation between people who aren't getting on, or it could be the potential for something that you actually really, really, really want for yourself. For some reason, there's some kind of conflict, could even be jealousy around this, that there's a conflict around it, and it's causing you to pause and really consider whether or not this would be a worthy investment. Okay. This is saying commit. Be that leader, take back your power. Commit to the pathway that you know to be right. Whatever this is speaking to you about, obviously you need to kind of apply the energy and the reading to your personal situation. Whatever this is about for you, commit to it. You will be leaving behind something that, you could be leaving behind disempowerment or parting company, even, with a lack of empowerment or a lack of agency. But I think this is very much about it's very much about you stepping up, taking charge, making a genuine decision to take something forwards and to move in the direction that you know to be right, or that you absolutely want for yourself. This is about being resolute and moving forwards. My lovely Leos, I'm going to move to your extendeds, but while I do this, I'm going to be asking. Isn't that interesting? I can hear it's quite distant. Don't know if you can hear that. There's like a little, I think it's like a car alarm going off. What's that about? Alarm bells ringing. Yeah, definitely sounds like a car alarm. It's way off in the distance, but how interesting. What are those alarm bells? I'm actually just going to draw a few more cards. I will also be, for some reason, there are alarm bells ringing. Maybe you're needing again to be really authentic, ask the right kind of questions. This may be helping us to know what we're going to be talking about in the extended. So let's get a little bit more information for you. We have the King of Swords showing up again. Yeah, this is about having a clear mind and a clear direction. The Two of Pentacles is a beautiful card of possibilities. And the Sun. Okay, right. I think in the extendeds, I am very much going to be looking ahead. The Queen of Wands is pointing ahead. This is about, I think the extendeds are here to help you to get clear about what you want, so that during the month of June you can really stand in a space of your own agency and your own empowerment. That is what our focus is going to be. What I will do in the extendeds, I'm literally going to keep these cards here and build on this reading. And I will be really looking ahead, helping you to get clear about what it is you need to know, to be able to clarify what you desire, to know what you want, to be able to move forwards. We'll look at all the potentials that are going on for you and see what comes through. But this is very much about planning for the future, not nitpicking or picking yourself to pieces, no criticisms, really looking at how can you plan for the future, what can you actually do, and how do you then move forwards with this in a way that empowers you to take charge and reach this point of celebration. So I will see you in the extendeds. Thank you so much, my lovely Virgos, for joining me here on the new channel. Thank you to all of you who are subscribing. It really helps to get this new channel off the ground. Thank you for liking, sharing, letting people know about it. And thank you all of you, for those of you who do join the extendeds, or are already on Patreon and in the YouTube members area. Thank you, because your extra donations really do help to fund my free online library and keep it free. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Beautiful Virgos, I look forward to seeing some of you in the extendeds, and perhaps otherwise to see you in some other readings, either here or on the main channel where I do my pick a card readings. Tons of love.